Hey there, YouTubers. This will be my next black and white edit that I'll be doing. Let's see, so I have a backyard pot. I'm going to use a color calibration. I experiment. I've used the monochrome before, and this time I'm going to just try using this method. Okay. And I'm going to do my turn on the light bulb to see. I'm going to get close to the white, but not too much, because later on I'll be doing some dodge and burn. Let's try that for now. Check your clipping. And you could just start seeing it clip right there. I'm going to stop. I don't want to lose too much detail. Now to get rid of this pot. I know that took a long time there, but I guess we all have our own methods. And everybody, what you gotta do is just choose what's good for you, and just work at your own pace. And again, check your clipping. Make sure you don't go too far. Okay, let's try and work on some more of this. We could do this on the dodge actually. So let's do that now. There we go. You see how that's working there? And if you hold down the control key while you press down, you could do more iterations. and just turning your wheel, you could change the size. Okay, we might have got a little bit too much, but we could go back and we could burn it later on. Right now we're just focusing on anything that's kind of sticking out. We will need to come back and do the dodge again if we overdo with the brighten, with the burn. So what we're looking for here is we're going to get these petals kind of accentuate the brightness, the curves here. Let's see, I guess it's everybody's personal perspective and how they see the plant. So let's get into that. Let's try that out. I'm going to just turn it up just a little bit. I'm going to grab the brush again. I'm going to turn this down. Using the control in the wheel. And we'll do the size by just doing the wheel. And we're going to try to see if we could get this back here. I might have to undo that one. Let's see here. There we go. Just get these curves here, have them stick out. And this one right here, see that curve? Kind of like you'll be carving the petal here. Takes time, but well worth it. What I'd like to do right now, also while we're here, is take the time to burn these little highlights, part of the plant, and have them stick out as well. The longer you take at this, you can get more precise. I have the mic in one hand and the mouse in the other, so it's kind of challenging, but it's coming out. Quick look at what we did here. So what I probably want to do now is go back, since we have that burn in there. I'm going to go back to my original exposure, and I can turn this down just a little bit. Okay. Now I want to go back to my dodge and see if I could undo this one right here. Without losing too much. There we go. I'm going to just go a little bit more. And what I'm going to do now is probably throw in another dodge and try and get this. I'm going to make that a little bit more contrast. Get this in here, the rest of the pot that's showing. And see how that comes out. And it's not really getting it. I might have to do another layer because I'm afraid to mess up the mask. Let's do that. Sorry about that. Rename new instance, and we'll call this Dodge 2. All right. Turn this down, and we're just gonna get our mask here. There we go. See that? Go over just delicately right here. Nice. Okay. So we have our monotone. We got into black and white. Using the color calibration, we did exposure, a little dodge and burn. I like going into the filmic and seeing what I could squeeze out with the brightness in there and the highlights. Oops, let's try this again. And try the same thing with the black, relative exposure. That looks more natural right there. Okay. The diffuse and sharpen. And I'll use a preset lens deblur. Okay. I like using the high pass. So the contrast boost will kind of give this overlay the edges. You gotta be careful with that. So I bring it down. And because this is black and white, I'm gonna break this one down too. You're looking just for the edges here. I like to use the overlay. So you can see it in action. Let's see what's going on here. So if I turn that up, you see it's kind of edgy and really crisp. So I'll just turn that down a little bit. And let's over exaggerate so you can see the difference. So the sweet spot is somewhere around 8 or so for both of them, but for this one, I'm going to keep some of that edge. I'm not going to go all the way down to here, which is it's not too bad. I'm going to get a little bit crunchier, a little bit more crunch in there. Okay, let's go to the curve, and with the tone curve, we gotta be really careful. It's tempting to just pull this over, and then when we put it on the internet somewhere, we're looking at it, it's gonna be we're gonna lose a lot of detail in the color. So I'll reset that. And instead, I'm just going to pull it down manually just a little bit right here. And this will help give it a little contrast. You can see in here we still have not lost a whole lot of detail. I'll bring this one up here just a little bit. A slight S curve. And you can see a little bit there. I like it. So my basic black and white, you see I changed to black and white. I did exposure, a little dodge and burn. I messed with the sharpness, and I did use the filmic also on part of the exposure just to fine tune that. For as far as the contrast, that was the sharpen and diffuse along with the high pass. One more thing. There you go. And there's my black and white edit. Hope you enjoyed it. Thanks for watching.